Hello and welcome to another video explanation on the documentation process. The moment you get hired by Royal Caribbean, and this video will benefit mostly if you are a Filipino or currently residing in the Philippines. So let's start. This is the Documents tab on the CTRAC portal. The last video, we talked about accepting the offer letter, a little bit of an introduction to the background check, and I also showed you how to utilize CTRAC or the portal for application. For today, we're going to go straight to the NBI clearance and medical certificate. We're not going to dwell into the personal data form, new hire checklist, and then other things, that deeply. Personal data form, very self-explanatory. You just got to accomplish information relating to you, to your identity. New hire checklist, you just gotta agree or disagree if the process has been applied to you just yet. So let us go straight to the NBI or police clearance. Either of these documents are okay, but I suggest that you go get your NBI, just to be on the safe side. It is advisable to secure an NBI clearance as soon as you can, since it will also be asked from you once the background check is triggered. So a separate email will be sent to you by the partner company or the partner institution for the background check. So always check your email address, and they will ask for your NBI. So, as early as now or as early as you get hired, secure your NBI clearance. So this is how you, get an NBI clearance. You go to clearance.nbi.gov.ph, and this is how the website looks like. If you've been doing your renewals and you already have an account, you can just sign in using the email address and the password. Or if you want to make it quick, just click here for the online renewal of your NBI clearance. Let us go straight to the medical certificate. Medical certificate is one of the rather crucial documents. Remember, in the offer letter, we discussed that even if you pass the interview, if there is something wrong with your medical process, you will not be able to board the vessel. So make sure that you secure your medical certificate. The moment you receive your LOE, you can start planning when you wish to start the medical process. But please remember that the medical certificate has a set number of months or years validity. So I guess it is safe to say, and I advise you to plan this very, very carefully. Most especially if you are starting from scratch. Say, for example, you don't have a visa yet, you don't have a seaman's book yet, you don't have a passport yet, or you don't have the necessary trainings yet. It is going to be beneficial if you push this towards the end of the preparation of your documentation. Like in my case, it took 6 months before I was given a visa slot because the embassy did not offer too much slot for applicants. Or in my case, I was only able to get my seaman's book on a particular day because, again, the website does not offer too much slot. So I guess if you are given, say, for example, 2 months to prepare all of the documents, you do it towards the end, like on the second month or towards the end of that. Most likely, I always tell this, the first LOE, especially if you're starting from scratch, first LOE will most likely be just some sort of a dummy, because expect that you will be moved several times until such time that you complete the documentation process. Remember, the medical certificate is only valid for 2 years upon onboarding. So within the 2 years, no matter how many contracts, no matter if you extend it or not, it is only going to be valid for that set number of years. Your medical certificate must be valid during the entire duration of your contract. Like, say, for example, you signed off month of January. On the month of January, your medical certificate will only be valid for 3 months. Then before you sign on to your next contract, make sure to secure or to renew your medical certificate. In any case you did not board within the 6 months upon the release of the certificate, you might need to retake the medical, because this one varies too. In my case, I wasn't able to board within 6 months because of visa problem. The office advised me to retake the medical because then after 6 months it's not going to be valid. But I also heard stories from other people that it is the 7th month, but the coordinator said it's okay. So I guess it is always going to be safe to always be in communication with your coordinator or your scheduler regarding medical certificate validity, just to avoid joining delays. Royal Caribbean has 2 designated partner laboratories for the medical process here in the Philippines. So whether you choose HealthMetrics or Supercare Medical Services Incorporated, it is entirely up to you. So how do we go about the medical certificate or the medical process? Choose a clinic of choice and create an appointment. Prepare the following documents to be presented during the appointment. First and foremost is the LOE given to you by Royal Caribbean or the letter of employment. Why is this needed? Because the medical process is free. I repeat, the medical process in the Philippines is free. All you have to do is to present your letter of employment. So if you don't have a letter of employment, they're not going to be entertaining you anyway. Number 2 is a photocopy of your passport. You don't have to bring the original passport. You can just bring a photocopy of the passport, a printed copy or a photocopy of your seafarer's registration number that you can get from the Marina website, a copy of the data page of your seaman's book, and if you're choosing Supercare, an accomplished royal form. I will make a separate video on how to request for a seafarer's registration number and how to request for an SIRB or a seaman's book. So this is how your LOE looks like. On this side, your estimated sign-on date, very, very important because you have to start planning around this date. Say, for example, you are going to be requesting for training certificates, COPs, or certificate on proficiency of these certificates. Just plan around this date. But again, if it is your first LOE, there is a huge possibility that your first LOE will still change because as long as you did not complete the documents, your joining date will keep moving. So how do we go about creating an appointment for HealthMetrics? So just create an appointment on the given website here, fill in the details, choose the date and time, upload your LOE, and then click on save. So let us look at this particular website. So again, this is healthmetrics.com. Public registration HTML. So this is how it looks like if you open, see, this is the entire what's this address bar. So if you open this one, this is what's going to happen. You will be directed to the data privacy notice. Just read through this, click on the box and continue. So fill in the information here. There you go, SRN, mobile number, all of these things, and then choose the location of the clinic. They have Iloilo, Libao, Makati, offsite, or Pasay. Say, for example, I choose Iloilo here. Please click on medical. And then PEME, or pre-employment medical examination. Choose a date. All of these ones in green boxes are available. And on this side, you will be asked to choose a time for that particular day. And then reason for this visit, upload your LOE, and then hit on save, right? So that's as easy as it is. All you gotta do is access this website, follow all of the instructions, choose your site, location, upload your LOE, and that's it. Frequently asked question again, the medical fee is free. Just bring your valid LOE. Now, what does it mean to be valid? So that means at the time of going to the medical facility, your LOE is still active. This is a question we get a lot. Is there fasting for the PEME or the pre-employment medical examination? Yes, there is a set number of fasting. I think it's 8 to 10 hours, but just always check the website to get the right information. So compute the number of hours before blood extraction. So say, for example, your appointment is at 8 a.m. the next day. So maybe from 12 midnight or 1 midnight, that's the time that you last had a meal or a snack. You cannot even drink water for this one, for the fasting. Okay, just a quick tip. Do not overfast as it will affect the results of your blood test. So maybe upon arrival to the medical facility, tell them that you had last your meal at this time, Don't even brush your teeth at this time, and then they will do the blood extraction first, just so you don't overfast. But again, it depends on the way you communicate with them, because sometimes they just let you line up and then you just come back for your blood test, because you are already over fasting. Other questions? Would we shoulder any other tests, or is it all free? The PEME is free, but these are with pay. Number one, pregnancy test for women. The last time I checked, this is 250 pesos separate payment. Any repeat test or laboratories, whether you do it with them or outside, consultation outside the facility, and prescribed medicines if you are on show med status. So basically, the process itself is free. If you don't have any problems, you're not going to be paying for anything else. How to check the status of your result for HealthMetrics? You go to this website, cmshealthmetrics.com, yada, 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 and you will be asked to log in. So this is how it looks like. Username, password, login, and then it will show you the result, the status, if you are for, repeat test, and you will be receiving a separate email from HealthMetrics as well. So that's it. So we're done talking about HealthMetrics. Now let's go to Supercare Medical Services Incorporated. Access to book appointments, supercare.com.ph/hashtag appointment. So this is how it looks like. So you see, this is RCG appointment, exclusive for the Royal Caribbean Group. So let's look at how it looks like. So when you open this, let me just refresh it, because there will be a pop-up that says beware of scammers. So you just close that pop-up window, enter your last name, first name, enter these information, passport number, Siemens book. Please be careful in entering these details, because these details will be reflected on the medical certificate itself. So branches, they have Manila, Cebu, Iloilo, and Makati, and appointment day. So as early as maybe 8 a.m., you can start going there. Well, maybe earlier, so that you avoid the lines. So this is for the HealthMetrics. How do we check the result of HealthMetrics? We just go to supercare.com.ph online transmittal. Let me show you again. This is how it looks like. So you just click on crew members log in, and you will be redirected, and then you just enter your username and your password. Frequently asked question. Is there a payment for the medical in Supercare? It is free, but again, pregnancy test for women, repeat test, consultation, prescribed medicines, show med status are with pay. I just can't recall if pregnancy test is paid for in Supercare, but I think it is. So how do I get the RCL form? A link or attachment will be given to you after you book the appointment. This attachment will come with the email, or you can play around the crew travel access and get the forms in there. Just submit this form to the nurse's desk upon the completion of your medical. How does this form look like? It looks like this. So just enter your details here, yes or no, explanation side, and then sign the particular document. So that's it for Supercare. Go to the online transmittal for the results, enter login details, and this is how your result would look like. Now, this is your name, age, position, vessel, findings, recommendation, exam date, status, last follow-up date, delivery date. So always look at the findings, the recommendation, and the status. So in here, I was fortunate enough not to encounter any problem. So status is from reviewing to fit to work, ready for pickup, and then status is fit. Just basically findings and recommendation will tell you what to do. And it says here, bring your follow-up card, scan the barcode at the designated front desk. So once cleared, you will receive an email instruction when the medical certificate is available for pickup, whether it is HealthMetrics or Supercare. For HealthMetrics, you will only be given a flu shot if you are already fit status in the medical certificate. However, in Supercare, they give you a flu shot within the examination itself or within the day itself. The medical certificate will not be released without showing proof of necessary vaccinations. What are these necessary vaccinations? We have yellow fever and MMR. Present your yellow card if and once vaccinations are done. In my case, to avoid hassle, I also had my COVID-19 vaccines, first, second, and booster shots recorded in the yellow card, but this is separate payment. See, if possible, schedule for a same-day shot of both yellow fever and first dose MMR, because if not, you will have to wait for another month or maybe 30 days interval since both are live vaccines. If in any case you cannot find the same date, you can explore the chances and ask on-site if MMR or yellow fever will be available within the day. Because usually for people who didn't show up, or for, say, for example, there are 10 people who are willing to take the chance, they open another vial of vaccine. So you just got to ask them. And if the chance takers will be given an opportunity, but you must have an active appointment, and that appointment must be paid for already before you get entertained for the chance takers. According to the BOQ doctor, there should be a 2-week interval if you have had any COVID-19 vaccinations before getting either yellow fever or MMR. So if it's both MMR or yellow fever, you can't get it on the same day. The interval is 30 days. But if it is COVID-19 or any booster shot for COVID-19, at least 2 weeks. Question: how do you get your yellow card, or how do you schedule for MMR or yellow fever? MMR and yellow fever, I think you can also get them from outside, but you have to have your vaccination certified by Bureau of Quarantine itself. So go to https://icv.boq.ph, sign up or log in. Click Vaccination Services, choose location and date, fill up personal information, show up on the scheduled date, and bring the following: copy of your passport and the receipt or the payment reference number. Okay, finding an available date requires patience and strategies, as dates and sites are always unavailable or fully booked. Online appointment is necessary, as you might not be entertained if you do walk-ins. And if you are a no-show status or you did not show up on your appointment date, unfortunately, your appointment will be canceled. You cannot use it on a later day, nor can you refund. So there is no refund. So you have no choice but to really show up for your vaccination appointment date. So this is how it looks like. This is the main page. This is vaccination services. If you wish to be vaccinated, either yellow fever, they have 2 options: single dose or multiple dose. I think I availed the the single dose. So I paid 2,000 for MMR, 300. Check for your post and your agency, because some agencies, they also require polio vaccine. So you have certification services if you have had vaccinations from outside, or you want to certify your COVID-19 vaccinations. So this is how it looks like. Just select a location, select a BOQ site. But again, sites are very limited, so they always are unavailable. So please always check the BOQ website for available slots. Now, once done with the yellow fever, you will automatically be given a yellow card, an ICV yellow card. So this is how the yellow card looks like. So you have the information here. Make sure that the passport number is correct, details are correct, yellow fever, MMR, so it will be recorded in your yellow card. And also I had the COVID-19 doses included in my yellow card, but of course, it is a separate appointment and separate payment. Just click on certification services over here. Remember, upload the medical certificate on CTRAC. Once received, check which page is needed. It's usually the one with the logo and the signature of the doctor, or the status that says you're fit to work. Bring the original copy of the medical result on board. Always have the medical certificate with you, the original copy, when you board the ship. Prepare all vaccination records. Might be required during airport check-ins too. And if in any case, Royal does not, by the way, Royal does not require COVID-19 PCR test, but if in any case your airline requires one, then you have to get one. I think Royal is still shouldering the COVID-19 PCR test on their accredited or affiliated laboratories. All you gotta do is request for an appointment. I think they will ask you to bring your LOE and your flight details with you. Or you can have this done outside as well, but you have to pay for the procedure outside. Next video, we will talk about visa processing, but that's it for now. I hope I was able to help you with some information regarding the medical certificate and the NBI clearance. Thank you very much, and please watch out for our other videos under the documentation process for Royal Caribbean job application. Thank you very much.